Hello and welcome to ELEdit. The idea of this short video is to just outline the main features of the program and how you can use them to create great voices to enhance your own registrations and breathe new life into these amazing instruments. First of all, it's important to understand what we're dealing with. ELEdit is designed to store and manipulate voices. So what is a voice? It's simply just a packet of information that the Electone uses to generate a sound. It includes information about which recorded samples are to be played when you press a key, whether it's strings or piano, and the way the different parts of the voice react to which keys you play and how you press them. And the EL can play a different voice from every voice section, so you can build up your registrations and store them into the registration memories. There are a number of voices built into the instrument, of course. These are labelled according to what sound they produce, for example, strings 1. Those are always retained in the memory of the Electone to be used at any time by the player. There is also a bank of 16 voices that are called user voices. These are semi-permanent in that they can be replaced at any time with other voices, but they're retained when the Electone is switched off. User voices are the 16 places to which you can store new voices that are created using the onboard voice editing facilities or transferred from user voices supplied by Yamaha and other developers like B Software. So of course user voices give you a way to expand the sound palette of your instrument so that you're not stuck with the built-in sounds. And they also allow you to customize the sound of the Electone for every piece. The onboard voice editing facilities give you a useful but fairly limited amount of control over the voicing of the instrument. This is where ELEdit comes in. This is why we created the program. So what is ELEdit? ELEdit gives you comprehensive control of a wide range of different aspects of the voices. You can transfer voices from the organ and radically or subtly change them as you wish and hear those changes in real time. ELEdit is the first commercially available MIDI voice editor librarian for EL Electones. So let's look at what you can actually do with ELEdit. First thing to do is to retrieve a voice from the EL panel. I've picked saxophone 2. I've got this connected up to an EL90 and straight away you can see that saxophone 2 is retrieved from the organ. FM1 here, you can see that we're not really hearing much from this. The last one in the chain there is set to 0. Sample A is saxophone 2 and sample B is breath 3. The EL90 voices are made up of these three parts, FM and 2 parts of sample A and B. Later models have got an FM2 part in as well. So let's start by looking at this FM1 part. I'll click on sample A and sample B here to mute them so that we can't hear them when we play the keyboard. And now I'm going to adjust the first operator so that we can hear what that actually does. So that's kind of like a saxophone sound. If we put it back with the other two parts, you can see that it's actually an octave lower. If we wanted a different saxophone in the FM part, then all we need to do is to look at these pre-installed FM presets, and then when we find one, we just double click on it, and that now is an extra saxophone part on top. If we just revert back to our original sound and click on sample A here, we're going to change the sample. We're going to pick something completely different. Saxophone 2, brass 3, English horn. If you have trouble finding the particular sample that you want, these buttons underneath here will find the different samples in the different sections for you. So we've got tutti, vocal, synth and effect. Okay, and at any point you can just click on the Audition button just to hear the sound as you're editing it. Okay, go back to the original again. If we want to add a different sound than breath, because really when we press it doesn't make a lot of difference, so we're going to pick say trumpet 1. And it says it was created with the other sample part, so as we can see it's picked harpsichord, but we can find a brass sound as well, trumpet 2 or trumpet 4. So now what we've got is we've got trumpet 4 in sample B, and we've got saxophone in sample A, and let's have something else in there. an extra voice in there. So it's a bit like setting up a registration with one voice. We can change the pitch, either by a lot or a little, and that then means that we can change the vibrato of each part as well as the volume between each one. And just like the FM presets, we've just seen the sample presets. The global presets, we've got presets for chorus, which this can change and give a completely different effect straight away. So again, if we just click on original, we get back to the first one as well. So you can keep doing whatever you want to these sounds, and as soon as you feel like you've got a sound that you really want to keep, then you just add it to a library, or you can save it as a single voice, or you can save the whole bank with it as well. So let's look at the library function. I'm going to click on Show Library, and I'm going to select one of the libraries that comes free with the EL Edit version 2. Once I've opened it, you can see the box appear at the bottom with all the voices in. There's 32 voices in here. We've got rich strings, marcato strings, jazz flute, and some weird stuff like this strings pan rhythm, alien didgeridoo, and other things like the massive pipe organ. With the libraries, you can actually add your own notes as well. This one says almost a complete registration in one voice, loud sound for dramatic classical organ music. Let's see what it says for angel piano. Mellow electronic piano sound with a vocal background. Okay, to use these within your own registrations, you need to transfer them over to the EL. The first step in doing that is to transfer them over to the voice bank. So I'll pick rich strings for voice 1, and in voice 2 I'm going to pick the breathy trumpet. There's another way of getting these voices carried over as well, is to just drag and drop them straight into the program like that. As soon as you've filled up your 16 user voices, or before then, you click on the Send Bank button and all 16 user voices are transferred over to the EL so that they're ready for using in your own registrations. Just so that we can see how these libraries can be combined and used to good effect, I'll open another one. This time I'm going to open Voice Library Volume 2. You can see this comes up with another 32 voices. Let's try warm strings, trumpet and brass 3, and jazz guitar, and drag that over to the display. So all of these are now mixed up, and of course you can create your own libraries or use some more of the other libraries that are included with the program as well. Just to show you around the different sections here, the FM section, you can change the algorithm, which is impossible on the instrument. That's just a very, very simple thing, and you can see the different shapes there. If you're an FM synthesist and you know what you're doing with these, then of course that gives you all the control you need over that. There's also an extra form here with more stuff on it as well. So hopefully that's given you an overview of what's possible with EL Edit, and hopefully you'll be inspired to try it for yourself. Simply click on the download trial button and download it and install it for yourself, and once you've had a look, why not get yourself a copy? It's very simple to do. Just simply purchase online and you'll receive a registration code which will unlock the program for good. The trial version is fully functional. It lasts 15 goes, which should be enough time for you to make a decision whether you feel it's the right thing for you. Well, thank you very much for your time, and hopefully we'll be in touch. Thank you.